Hey everybody, it's your girl Angie. Welcome back to Kiss My Cheeks TV. Today we're going to jump into the Housewives of Atlanta. This was the episode I've been waiting on just because I wanted to see Big Frida. I'm not going to do the you already know because it's going to be flat. My voice isn't there, so y'all know what Frida does. If you don't, he's a New Orleans bounce artist. I guess one of the biggest bounce artists there is. I was introduced to Big Frida when he had a reality show. Don't get me to name the network, but he had a reality show. I watched it from episode 1. I was in love, and I just followed him from there. So let's get into it. That was the big opening surprise of the episode. Drew brought the ladies in. They saw Big Frida. They had, oh, hey, Big Frida. And, you know, everybody did their little Frida thing. And, of course, Big Frida wanted to teach them how to cook a meal, a New Orleans meal. I believe it was the big booty potatoes. Whatever it was, it looked good. Where the recipe at, Frida? Do you have a cookbook? I need to Google that. But the food looked good, whatever they made. After they finished cooking, you know, Frida got to do a little booty bounce. They had a good time. Let's get into the meat and potatoes of the show. Kandi asked Marlo about the conversation between her and Porsha. Now, mind you, I don't want to have favoritism in this review. I want to point out all sides because people have their favorites. Y'all already know who is not my favorite, but Porsha did mention the conversation between her and Marlo on the bus ride to wherever they were going to eat with Big Frida. She was like, girl, I thought I was wore out because of our conversation, but I was just tired. Porsha didn't have to say that. Like, you opened the door for to put the conversation, the tension between you and Marlo on everyone else's mind when it could have been a dead issue. You opened the door to that, Porsha. You could have just got on the bus and said, hey, and rode along to the event with everybody else. But anyway, Kandi asked Porsha about the conversation. Marlo, this episode, if you can follow me on Twitter, I said from this point on, Marlo was full of shit to me. Marlo was being a fake bitch to me. The conversation between you and Porsha was, Porsha, you feel Porsha is putting you in the middle of her and Kenya's beef. You could have left it at that. You offered the information of, and Kenya, you know, and I asked her if she fucked Bolo, and she said no. So that is what it is. And Kenya like, you believe her? And she's like, no, I don't mean, we know. But Kandi, you know the truth, and Kandi is pleading the fifth and all of that. Fake bitchness, because to me, we're going to get into it more, but a friend doesn't have to offer that information to an enemy. If it's yes or no, you know, Marlo at the end of the day know what she heard. We all pretty much in TV land believe Porsha fucked Bolo. But for whatever reason, Porsha doesn't want to run her pussy facts on TV. That should be her business. Now, question number 1. Do we think Porsha is putting Marlo in the middle of her beef with Kenya? I don't feel like Porsha is. I feel like Porsha, I would feel the same way as Porsha, maybe not to the same extreme, but I would look at a bitch sideways who wants to make up with someone who has, you two have intentionally had some of the most heated beef of this franchise. And all of a sudden, the week when Kenya wants to call it what it is, slut shame me, make me seem like I'm a whore because I fucked a stripper, that very same day is the day Kenya wants to forgive all of your transgressions. I would look sideways at it too, but it's plenty of people that are Kenya's friends, Cynthia, Kandi, pretty much everybody on the cast outside of Drew, but they're new. We ain't gonna talk about it. So Cynthia and Kandi friends with Kenya, but can still be cool with Porsha and not have to feel like they're in the middle. So I don't know why Marlo feels like she's in the middle. Just keep your mouth shut. Let's get on to the episode. So another question I had was, if Porsha, and this is as a friend, does not want to admit her sexual business on television, why, as a friend, why are you mad that they're lying? Like, it's not like this is a private conversation. We're done filming, or we have nothing, like me and you. Me and you. Say me and my best friend, we talking. We have a bachelorette party. Somebody fucked the stripper, it goes down. And she's like, girl, did you fuck the stripper? I might, in a private setting, be like, yeah, girl, you know, it was good. He did this. He flipped me up in the air. All of that. But I'm not going to turn on Facebook Live or Instagram Live and have her ask me on live and me be like, yeah, like, no. Most of you all out there will not do that. You might admit something to your friend in private, but this Porsha admitting that she fucked Bolo is like her going on live saying, yeah, hey, y'all, fuck Bolo. Yeah, girl, it was good. You know, it ain't like she just telling her girlfriends. And a true girlfriend who knows, that's going to sound shady. I ain't calling you a hoe, Porsha, but knows her whole facts. Like, they know her card. Like, they know where she will go. We all know that about our girlfriends. A true girlfriend who knows how far Porsha would go will respect that and be like, okay, yeah, I know my girl fucked the stripper, but I ain't gonna bring it up on TV. And I just asked two questions in one. So now everyone is having a great time at the dinner. Big Frida, you know, everybody is enjoying a small conversation with him, but not Marlo. Marlo wants to ask Big Frida a hypothetical question, and I ain't gonna go into it because I was confused when Marlo was talking to Big Frida. I'm like, what are you asking him? And so pretty much Big Frida said, I don't like confrontation. If there's some beef going on, I'm walking away. I don't like mess. And then Big Frida also asked, if you had all this beef with old girl in the past all these years, how do you know the friendship that you are having right now is even real? And it's not real. Kenya could give a fuck less about Marlo. Kenya appreciates that Marlo now wants to stick it to Porsha like she does. And that's it, because Cynthia ain't here for the mess. Cynthia's here for a check. She's here to look cute, to have a good time, enjoy her man. Cynthia, she ain't into it. Candy has already said, this is my brand. What happens at the dungeon stays at the dungeon. Kenya, shut up. So Kenya just happy she has somebody that's going to endure the mess. And Toya don't want to endure the mess because I promise you, every single lady who stayed up talking about they was ass clapping to 6 o'clock in the morning was fucking Bolo. I believe that. It's not that much ass clapping in the world. It's not that much dick swinging in the world. No one is staying up from midnight to 6 o'clock in the morning just twerking. I'm sorry. Moving on. So Candy points out, why are we still talking about this? How does this affect anybody's life? And Cynthia, your best friend, is like, I could care less. It doesn't affect my life one bit. I don't care who did what with who. Okay, but Cynthia, you was down there ass clapping too, or watching. So we side-eyeing you a little bit too. I'm telling you, I'm side-eyeing the whole party. I don't believe, because Kenya wasn't running up and down them stairs all night looking at what was going on in the living room just to see some girls twerk in front of Bolo. All of them were doing some things in that living room. Marlo calls everybody fake. She blows up. Big Frida walks out because he already said he don't deal with mess. He don't do confrontation. And y'all messing up his dinner party. So he go on in the kitchen with his plate. And Marlo walks out and call everybody fake bitches. Kenya and Latoya follow Marlo out, try to bring her back in. I think Drew went out there too. But ultimately, Latoya and Marlo left. Good. Kenya still feels like it's her place to drag Porsha. Like, she still wants to get to the bottom of it. And she's like, well, Marlo left because Porsha, da-da-da-da. And Portia's like, don't say my name. And she's like, Porsha, Porsha, Porsha. And then they go into bitch, bitch, bitch. And Kenya, you are being a bitch. At some point, Kenya says something about Porsha fucking Bolo is affecting the group. And I want to know how. Because Candy says something about, Porsha gave her best Nene impersonation of so nasty, so rude. Yes, I'm so nasty. I'm so rude. Because Porsha was like, yeah, I fucked him. I fucked him and the man who cooked the pig. Yeah, my legs was wide as this table, girl, and it was good. It was good. Now what else you got, bitch? That was funny. That was funny. Kenya did not like being called no bitch. At the end of the day, Candy said, what's the end game here? Like, even if she does admit it, what do you need to get out of it? And Kenya finally says, it means nothing to me. I don't care nothing about if she did it or not. And so Shamia is like, well, why do you keep bringing it up? Yes. Why do you keep bringing it up? Not Porsha. Kenya is acting just the same way that Martell acted over on Love and Marriage Huntsville, where Martell, every time he saw a camera screen, he wanted to tell everybody Melanie cheated on him too. That was his whole angle this whole season. Melanie cheated on me too. So why y'all looking at me? She cheated too. And I ain't gonna get on that because it's a totally different show. But I'm comparing Kenya to him because every time Kenya has come on our screen since South Carolina, like, this was the bachelorette party. Cynthia is married. They done had a Halloween party. Y'all done voted for Biden. Y'all done did all this shit. And you still talking about it. And it's like every time she sees somebody new, she had to tell Eva. She had to tell, like, every time you come around, Kenya is telling somebody about Porsha fucking Bolo. Anyway, where are we at? Candy now has a conversation, because that's the end of it, and wrap that up in a bow. Candy goes to Marlo's room to have a conversation with Marlo. She wants to know why Marlo is so concerned about Porsha's pussy facts. Like, why do you care to know if she fucked Bolo or not? And now Marlo says she doesn't really care. She just doesn't like that Porsha lied. And she doesn't want to hang around liars. And I'm like, see, Marlo, this is the fake bitch shit I was talking about at the beginning of the episode. When you were in South Carolina, before Kenya graced you with her forgiveness, you said you heard something, but you weren't going to say nothing. And then when Kenya was pressing it, she was like, they could have been watching porn. They could have been pleasuring themselves. We don't know what's going on. Excuse me. When we were in South Carolina, you didn't care nothing about what was going on in that room. You wanted no parts. You was like, that was their business. But now that you have a in with Kenya and you want to be up her ass, since Nene not here for you to be up her ass, now it's like, I just don't want to be friends with someone who will lie to me. Like, bitch, do we run our pussy facts to all of our friends? Like, I don't think I have a friend alive who knows everybody that I fucked. I don't have to write out a list of, I ain't gonna call out the number because y'all ain't gonna slut shame me. But I don't think anyone has a friend that they list every sexual partner they've had. Everyone has their pussy fact list, and it's usually something they keep to themselves. Don't nobody know the truth, but you and God. You and God. I don't understand why she feels like Porsha has to tell her that. Like, is Bolo your man? Was Bolo secretly your man back in Atlanta? Like, why do you care? I'm telling you, I'm not mad at Porsha for not fucking with Marlo no more. Like, Marlo showed her true colors. She showed her scheme. She's definitely Team Kenya, because in the past, Marlo didn't even care. But now all of a sudden she can't be friends with a liar. But here you are, you friends with Kenya. Kenya sitting up here lying about being married to this man. Some man that won't even allow her child to be on the television screen no more. Some man that don't want to have shit else to do with her. But she can sit up here and lie and say she married to Mark. Where is the divorce? I really feel like there's no divorce because there's no marriage. Like this, I've never seen two people hate each other, want to be divorced, don't get along, all that bullshit, but won't file. Because even Kenya admitted, yeah, he filed, but it was only for 24 hours. He took it back. He probably took it back because the court was like, where is the marriage certificate? What you filing this shit for? I'm telling you, I would drag Kenya. Every time Kenya would ask me if I fucked Bolo, I would ask her, well, have you fucked Mark? What about the bitch? How many bitches is running their pussy on your husband? You know, I would throw it back in Kenya's face and she would shut the fuck up talking to me. Because if you want to know my pussy facts, I want to know yours too. Since we running down who we fucking. Tell me who your man is fucking. Who is your husband fucking? Why you worried about who I'm fucking? I'm single. Y'all supposed to be married, right? Moving on. I'm talking ahead of my notes. At the end of their conversation, Kandi admits that Porsha is known to be a liar in the past. And yes, Porsha has lied in the past. She lies for silly shit. But who doesn't? A lot of people, I mean, I ain't going to make it seem like everyone is a liar. But I don't feel like me telling you if I had sex with somebody or not is a lie. I feel like that's me minding my business. You should mind yours. Porsha leaves New Orleans. It's a storm coming. I don't blame Porsha. They definitely are baiting you to act out of your character, out of your new character. Because old Porsha would have reached over that table and snatched Kenya and Marlo right up. But see, she's grown out of that anger. And she's learned, I don't have to be here. I don't have to take this. I got coins. Let me fly back. Kandi dipped. Because she got acting roles. She's booked and busy. She can't be stuck in y'all hurricane. Now, Kenya shades, Porsha was like, how's she going to leave Shamia here? She just going to dip and leave her friend here. And at first I was like, well, Shamia is friends with Kandi. You know, she cool. But then the very next scene, Kandi dipping out too. So I was like, ooh. But Shamia could have gotten in the car with Kandi. Like, Shamia obviously wanted to stay. Because I'm sure if Shamia wanted to leave, Porsha would have... Shamia don't need Porsha's money. Shamia got her own money. If Shamia wanted to leave, she could have booked the same flight Porsha booked, or she could have got in the same car Kandi got in. Obviously, Shamia wanted to stay. Kenya was in her feelings like, Kandi is my friend, and she could have at least said bye. Like, bitch, if you didn't want to get stuck in the hurricane, the same coins you used to upgrade your room could have been the same coins you could have got you and your baby on a flight. Like, I'm sure the Weather Channel comes on every television in that Indigo, in that hotel. Y'all knew a hurricane is coming. I don't know why all of y'all sat there. I would have been out. The last place I want to sit when I know a hurricane is coming is New Orleans. Moving on. And I wasn't trying to shade New Orleans, but we all have that picture of Hurricane Katrina. The last place I want to sit if I know a hurricane is coming is anywhere that's right next to the fucking water. So I would have dipped too. At the end of the day, everybody got stuck in the dark. They was talking more shit I don't care to bring up. And let's move on to Atlanta. So back in Atlanta, we got to see Georgia turn blue, which, hey, it was a time that I wished I was still in Atlanta because I lived in Atlanta for, 10 years, and Atlanta stayed red. Every time I voted in Atlanta, that shit was red, and I was pissed. And I ain't do shit but move to another red state. But I was so happy to see Georgia turn blue. We saw them celebrate the Biden-Harris victory. Great. Porsha and Cynthia filmed some kind of PSA about supporting Black business. Happy to see it. Yes, support your Black businesses. I try to support as many Black businesses as I can. Luke and Angelo, get from over there. Now, come here. Oh, you bad. Sit. Anyway, they talk about the whole thing with Porsha and Marlo, and Cynthia's like, Marlo was hurt, but really Marlo says she was drunk. Porsha goes through, she tired of hurt people hurting her. I understand. I don't like when people use that excuses. Oh, she was hurt and hurt people hurt people. No, bitch. Get you some counseling. If you that hurt, get some help. Don't come around with the bullshit with me. Anyway, moving on to the end of the episode. The Blaze tasting event. Candy's restaurant Blaze is supposed to be a steakhouse. And if you all don't know, my son is going to Savannah State University next year. And you can't help but to get to Savannah, but but you got to go through Atlanta. And I hate that shit because that Atlanta traffic is hell. That trip, because we went there for spring break, that Atlanta traffic was hell, and it was a Saturday. It took us 3 hours just to get through Atlanta. We ain't gonna complain, but I said all that to say, I plan on taking many trips back and forth, drop off, pick up, all that. Hopefully not too many, because that's a long ass drive. But I will stop at Blaze, because my next trip, I promised myself I'm going to Copeland's, because I used to work at Copeland's. I ain't gonna go through a whole bunch of stories, but I love Copeland's. That's like my favorite restaurant with that New Orleans style food. But maybe on the way back, we might stop at Blaze. But I'm gonna check it out. If I do check it out, I definitely will let you all know. Everyone showed up to the event looking good. Porsha looked the best. That dress Porsha had on was banging. It is... Y'all need... Stylists have more than one client. I would definitely have Porsha stylist style me. Drew showed up looking a fucking mess. A mess. She looked like she went to the clearance section of Ross and put an outfit together. Drew is now the worst dressed. She has beat out Giselle. And it's hard to dress worse than Giselle. You gotta try really hard to dress worse than Giselle. What did you have on? She had on workout pants that had slits, but the pants weren't even tight because you could see the mesh lifting from her leg as she walked. And then she had on a denim jacket and some kind of weird bowling hat. I'm like, Drew, everyone else is in a nice cocktail dress, heels. Your husband looked nice in a nice casual formal, semi-formal, slacks and shirt. You, Drew, I haven't done my reunion looks video yet. I want to wait till we get a little bit closer to the reunion because I'm pissed we still got 3 more episodes to go. But anyway, everybody shows up. Marlo arrives and speaks to everyone, and Porsha gives her a little, bitch, I know you ain't speaking to me after you just cussed me out. And that's the end of the episode. Mama Joyce and the aunties are there. So next week, I want to have a good chuckle with Mama Joyce and the aunties because they here. Mama Joyce and Auntie Bertha here for the mess. They here for the mess. So I hope they have a little bit of conversation in front of them so them old aunties can get their 2 cents because I love them. Candy did say, I was watching old clips, that she was supposed to start production for her spinoff show about the restaurants, about Old Lady Gang. I need the aunties to be on it. They entertain me. We know Mama Joyce is a mess, but she entertains me. And that's it. That's the end of the episode. We got 3 more episodes to go before the reunion. Reunion me, please. Reunion me, please. Anyway, like, comment, share. I will talk to you all later. Bye.